We need to start by being honest to ourselves. I've said to Kosi, and I'm going to say it to all of you today, I'm not going to fund agricultural irrigation scheme ya Motahun this year. I'm not going to do it. Because that scheme has been funded as far as Buputatswana. And our people find themselves in a situation where they bring the white people to come and take their hard-earned work. And when the pipe bursts, the government must repair that pipe. When there is a problem in the scheme, government must repair, but our people are not growing and they're not anything out of that scheme. Now I said to Kosi, over 50,000 electricity go ESCOM. As government, we have once requested for the ESCOM debt to be write off in that scheme. And that was done. As we speak today, our people are indebted ka Falhart, they are indebted ka ESCOM. Now tell me, why should I go and repair that scheme for a white man to come and take over everything from our people and our people continue to be poor? My last meeting I had here, I said to the team, go to the scheme, and those portions of land that are not being planted, let's take them over as government. We lease from you. You plant and we share the profit. We give you 60%, we take 40% until we give you everything and we moved out. We pay your water, we pay your electricity, but the yield of that we share because we must go and help other farmers. One of the policies that we have adopted as the department, we are no longer going to give a blanket approach of funding farmers. We are going to fund you for 3 years. In the first year, we give you 100% funding. We reduce it in the second year. We reduce it in the final year. We are no longer going to fund you, you must grow. Yeah. Majoro and Khosi, one of the things that is not even in the program, I'm going to take 2 stud breeders in Kagisano and make them commercial stud breeders. And that's what I told the HOD we must do. It's not in the program, it's not in the plan. You know what hurt me so much? Our farmers who are genuine farmers, who try their best, who make sure that they strive with the little sand that they have, they are not being assisted. They are not being assisted. The reason being, a politician's head must be cut off when officials are messing up, giving their friend, giving their family support. Now it can't be correct. It can't be correct. Khosi and Majoro and everybody here, you hear in the media, Northwest didn't spend $1 billion. Northwest didn't spend $1 billion. Yes, it is true. We didn't spend $1 billion. But you know what? In agriculture, we have pushed so hard with the HOD that we don't want to return any cent. By February this year, we called the management, all the district, tell us the money that you are not going to use. We want that money. You know what they said? MEC, we can only give you 12 million out of the whole money that is there. Every money is committed. We can't give it to you. And already, because for a long time I've closed the issue, Yahoo, regular, the farmer, the tractor, machinery, and everything. I said to the HOD, let's take this 12 million and assist these farmers, because some of them, they are real farmers, but they don't have machinery. How do we have? We took the 12 million. In a week's time, we bought all those tractors and give to those farmers. Guess what? By the 31st of March, about 80 million is not spent. Now, somebody must explain to me, when in February we requested all the money that is not going to be spent, and we were told that the money is going to be spent, and today we've got 80 million on the table. The Pope Handans, and somebody must say, I must go because I'm punishing people. It can't be correct. It can't be correct that the head of a politician must be on the block when there are officials that must make sure that the work is being done and it's not being done. This young woman, I was asking the mayor, this young woman who was talking about goats, she's fat now, I don't remember her. She came to me in the college, I was in the college. She said to me, I want to farm with goats. I said to the HOD, buy her 50 goats immediately. And those 50 goats were bought. And I'm happy that she's still taking care of those goats. I even brought the minister to come and see what she's doing. Now, the problem becomes those farmers that we fund and they don't do their work. But ba go ga Mothibi ga se nnete. Gale ke nna go ga Mothibi ke tshela le ditlhapi tsa lona go skateboard wa dam ya lona. Yes. Ga se nnete. Ga se nnete gore government e le lebet is not the truth. And it can be that we come into this platform and we are being singled out as Mothibi, or we're not doing anything at Mothibi. It will be very interesting, but about Dr. Ruth, the officials of government, I want to hear all the projects that have been there. And how far are you now? And who's been funded? I want that report. And the DDM must get that report. Some farmers, they summoned me. I don't have a problem of being summoned. But they are not honest in that summoning. They call me into a farm. And one of those farmers knows very well that he invaded the farm illegally so. And after invading the farm, those farmers who followed protocol of being assisted with land, they are stuck. They can't allocate them because people have invaded the land. Now they go around and say, this agriculture is useless, this agriculture is not helping us. But they are not telling people the truth. That we have illegally invaded. The real farmers who qualify to be allocated, they are not being allocated because people have illegally invaded. They don't want to follow processes of government. Unfortunately, this is not a banana republic. There are rules and regulations to be followed. So I'm saying, sometimes when you come into this platform, be honest. Yeah. One of those farmers who have summoned me, one day he raised the issue of land with me. And you know what I did? I summoned the Deputy Minister Squacha. Deputy Minister assists this farmer with land, and that farmer is being given a farm. Today he says agriculture have done nothing to help that particular farm. I admit there are weaknesses within the department, and I accept that we have wronged a lot of farmers. But we are saying together we can do more and do better. Sure. In ensuring that we grow. This is the hub of the country in terms of food security. Yes. But we are a food insecure province. It can't be correct. How do we ensure that we work together? I've said to MEC Madoda Sambata, the MEC of Health, how do you go and continue to buy food from Bidvest when I'm funding farmers in the province? Why are you not purchasing from them? You know what is your problem, farmers? You don't want to disclose your financial your financials. And it's one of the key things that you must make sure that you disclose. Now, we had an agreement with the MEC of Health to say, when they advertise catering in hospitals or clinics, the bidder must be able to say, I'm purchasing from this farmer. And you know what you are doing, you farmers? You give them letters and they give you 500 rand for that letter to lie that they are purchasing from you. It's not you, but somebody else is doing it. I'm telling the truth naked as it is. But we've agreed with MEC, if nobody is purchasing from the farmers in the Northwest, that person won't get the tender. That's the agreement that we have made. And if there is a need for a specification, we said, give us your specification so that our farmers, when they start, they know the specification already. And that's exactly why. When I leave agriculture in 2014, when I was taken to tourism, I had 6 farmers that I have identified, and they were producing for SADC. When I came back in 2018, I asked, where are those farmers? Even today, I'm still looking for them. I've secured that SADC market for them. One of the things, Majoro, that I've done, because in Nakele Mafia, I picked up that the world is descending in the Northwest next month. Over 80 countries will be descending in the Northwest. There is an agricultural conference. Unfortunately, while they were communicating, they frustrated them. Only last week they called me to say, conferencing, and when we say, but the organizer the conference. Over 80 countries are flocking now on the 20th year. Others will become 2 weeks before then. Then they said, Rekopa intervention. Let me see you next week, meaning Wednesday, this Wednesday. I met those organizers in Sun City on Wednesday. I told them 2 things. Nothing for my farmers without my farmers. Yes. If the world is coming to Northwest, I want an exhibition for my farmers to come and exhibit what they are offering in the province. But if you don't do that, continue alone and disregard us. And they were very apologetic. They said to me, MEC, we are very sorry that we overlooked that you exist and we went to the wrong people. Today we are where we are because of that. I said, I'm jumping into that train as fast as I'm inside the train. The farmers will, by hook or crook, will be in Sun City exhibiting their produce and clinch deals with that international market. Sure. These are some of the things that I'm saying. People are undermining the Northwest as though there is no capacity because we don't take ourselves serious. We must start to take ourselves serious so that the world can take us serious. Now, I'm saying to the farmers, I accept the Tupa George and them. They are messing up. You can't be an extension officer and you say to a farmer, you can't go to that farmer because you don't have a car. It's a lie. What do you mean you don't have a car? And it can be correct that year in, year out, this farmer is being funded. This farmer, what about others? We have signed off an agro-processing master plan as Department of Agriculture, sometimes in February this year in Cape Town. We have just supported one farmer. You know, comrade will say, we want an abattoir, we want an abattoir. They don't understand. It doesn't work like that. There is one farmer in Lichtenburg. We attempt as the Northwest, number 4, number 3 in beef production. But you know why? Number 1, you know who's number 1? Gauteng. Yeah. And there's no land in Gauteng. But you know why Gauteng is number 1? Our animals leave the province alive and they're counted in Gauteng. Yeah. Now I said I'm putting a stop to that. That farmer in Lichtenburg will be the first black farmer with an abattoir of an output of 400 per day. That farmer went out of his way and looked for money in the bank. We have just a drop in what that farmer have done. And we are going to take the glory because those cattle from Botswana, all these cattle, but beef master, but big-headed, they don't take our farmers serious and they charge them abnormal. So we'll have the first black farmer with an abattoir. We will look into the issues of smaller abattoirs in the area. But stop taking yourself small. Take yourself big. So that the world can take you serious. The opportunities are out there. Somebody spoke about hemp and cannabis. In our last MINMEC, the minister was reporting that SAPRA, you know, people are bigger than government. SAPRA is giving us difficulty. They are refusing to give our farmers license. There is one farmer in Klerksdorp. That farmer have already spent over 20 million in satisfying what SAPRA wants just for a certificate. Now, I said to the minister, go back to your committee and tell that SAPRA is a subsidiary of whatever of government. SAPRA is not going to tell us because they are locking this market for their own white brothers. They don't want our black brothers to come in. Go and tell SAPRA, Whitehead Wako Northwest Ari, we are giving you 3 months. In 3 months, you must help our farmers. It can't be correct. For now, the license that is there is for hemp. I've got farmers in Ngakamudi who already got a market from Europe for their hemp because they want to use hemp for the bricks. They're using hemp for bricks, for clothing, and a number of things. For cannabis, we are still struggling. But we are saying our people must prepare themselves. From Department of Agriculture, you only pay 600 rand for a hemp a permit. And that 600 rand is for administration. But for SAPRA, you must pay 25,000. Who have got 25,000 in the house that can go and buy a certificate with it? It can't be. So these are some of the strides that we are trying to do out there. I can't get into procurement. There is a strike in the college right now. Also, you know your people have striked to say all tenders must be given to them. One of the company from here was given a tender to repair the hostel of the kid for college. That is not done. Where do I come in now? But they are on strike because the renovation that was supposed to take off the ground is not happening. So our service provider, sometimes you are failing us. One delegate was saying, regarding substandard goods. We don't. And the problem comes to the official before the delivery to a farmer. Our vet must satisfy themselves that these goats are of a good standard. Till now we issue the specification to a service provider, and a service provider must provide us with the quality that we have requested. But if a farmer allows herself or himself to be given substandard, you are creating a problem for me, because I've spent money and I'm losing it because you are not prospering with what is being given to you. So that must be corrected. Because politicians are but you forget who are the people who must deliver service, and they don't care. They don't care. It's because we owe it to our oath. We owe it to our people, but that is not being delivered at the end of the day. Young people, your chairperson of the province of Ipileng. If you don't know Ipileng, I don't know. Because you were launched not long ago, your provincial structure in Potchefstroom. So I'm expecting the district to speak to the provincial structure. And when there are issues, they must be able to address those issues. And till now we are very clear. The president have announced 40% women, 30% youth, 7% people with disability. I'm very clear on that one. I don't even wing an eye when I talk of that. The MEC of Finance said to me, MEC, we are spending a lot of money in feeding scheme of education. And we don't understand where they are buying the food they are giving the children. Now we must go back to ESCO and say, the money of feeding scheme in education must find expression in agriculture, so that agriculture produce for these learners. Because we don't know where they are purchased. People are getting rich, but they are hungry. They are not even given nutritious food at the level of the school. So we are going to fight for that until we get it right. Let's say the co-op and them. There are a number of cooperatives in this irrigation scheme. One of the things I did is approaching the mining house. Platinum Mine sent its engineers. They spent over 2 million in the irrigation scheme. Bafokeng Platinum spent over 2 million in the irrigation scheme. What happened after that? What happened after that? These are the initiatives I did. Not long ago, you remember, we were in Sun City having called the mining house. And I said to them, I don't want to hear that you are supporting communities where you're mining. You'll go into this province because those minerals are from this province. And every mining house must come to me and tell me, MEC, I've identified this area in the province, in Taung, because some of the areas here, they are labor sending to those mines. I gave them that task, and we have established a team of academics and the mining house and hospitality industry to go and make sure that these resources spread throughout the province, not only in, I'm from Rustenburg, by the way, I'm a 50% shareholder of Platinum. But I want to see everybody in this province learn a bit of the riches of this province. Now, when those things come, you don't do what you are doing. Only one in your little corner and manipulate everything. When I every year, it can't be. You must grow. We want to see people growing. We want to see as many commercial farmers as possible. This area, Majoru, one of your women, I sent her to Texas, a country called Texas, America. I don't represent a Northwest, I don't represent a Dr. Ruth Kakomu. So we are trying our best as politicians. But when we logo, we responsible for chelete. Ha tender esa motho a gage a sa tsena ya frustrate you high fitting. We know these things. We know these things. So I'm saying, Balimi Rui, I know your frustrations, but others, you are making it difficult for all of us to help you. Help yourself, rise above. You know how much I on RMC, ki tikile go fitla fa. Ki tikile go fitla fa ke kopa o nteke. Ke re a ke batle go itse go la re motho a apply, a motho a lekiweng. La mona re motho wa ikgaratlhela. You get my point. So I will continue and na ke na le contract 5 years e fela next year kere. So maripele e fela ba ba ntse ba le gae. bontsi ba bona ba tlabe ba le gae because now I must go and account for that money e sa berekang. I said to the HOD, after this long weekend, mongwe le mongwe a tla go ikarabela gore seabe sa gagwe mo tšheleteng e sa dirang e ke se feng ka gonne re ba biditse re ba re ne madi ba re file 12 fela kgante go buididi ba madi bo ba bo gatileng because ditšhomi tsa bona ga di a tsenya ba emetse ditšhomi tsa bona di tsenye. Now we will make sure as a department that harere re perfect. The issue of water rights is a serious problem. I had a session with the Deputy Minister of Water Affairs where I said it can't be correct that our farmers, when they're being given water right, baba limita. This woman says to me, Emithi, kinale 40 hectares under irrigation. I'm only giving 11 hectares water right. What about the other hectares that are under irrigation? So it's a problem. And certain habataruna to Palakoli Gobonia. It doesn't matter. How could you advertise your board? Get into that board. Because but mori bottom give on about dictator ni temsi who water rights are not a guy. So tell them I'm representing my district and I'm not going to be apologetic. I'm going to make sure that I protect my people and make sure that our people get what is due to them. So the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. That comrade that was saying lifty from agriculture. There's nothing wrong in that. We are one government. They must make sure that you arrive where you have to go. So don't feel guilty that agriculture brought you here. They did nothing wrong. That is correct. If the municipality didn't have it to bring you here, the province must bring you here. Yeah. That one we must get it clear. We are one government. You get my point. So I'm saying I'm accepting the blame on behalf of them. Mar ha ke ira sebepi ke kopa skela lela kaka gore ga se faction ya go that's why a ba betsa ke a ke na faction ke betsa for the food ga ke thusi political party e ke tswang go yona ke thusa farmera. I don't care where you come from politically. I don't care where you affiliate. I care to ensure that a farmer produce for our people. And issue ya go mamusa I'm interested to know why but I will establish fact. I don't want to say they are not being funded because I don't know. I don't have everything in front of me. But we'll try our best. Before the end of my term, seboko tla be se lile. Ke rate HOD ka re raga ditafola ya no ra raga ya no. A re khathale ya ra di election ra raga. So we will make sure that everything that we have raised with us will go back. I'll share this with the minister. I know that it's a challenge of land. Ke lwa le ko thaile le what? Ke lwa le ko thaile le what? Ke ra what ke re what? O fa mosadi yo le fatshiu. What one tlale ya go committee ya bona di official gore ke rile a fe mosadi. Ke re ga ke apologetic blalla ngwadi. Ga ke apologetic. Ga ke mo itile ka se mosadi yo. Mara mosadi yo ke khonna go bona gore o na le dikgomo di all over the show. I'm saying this woman must be assisted. Many commercial farmers. So, renale problem and land allocation. I've sent the MMC mayor together with land reform. Northern Cape. Masawa is the MEC of Northern Cape. We were supposed to meet Mahosi Agafa because of issue of demarcation. Clarify a number of things. We are one. We might be having provinces and borders and everything, but when it comes to food production, let's find a way. How do we work together and promote food security in our country? I will follow up on a number of things that they have raised with us. I'm not a champion, but I'm an MEC of agriculture in Northwest. I'll follow up on a number of things. We will come back to you, and we will deal and resolve as many problems as possible. Dr. Ruth must prove to the world that they are a basket of food security in the country. I thank you.
Hi, Malibongwe. Kamala Makosikazi. Bare mewe tshwara thipa ka bogale. MEC ke ne tswa di honor place ya o bua mono mo. I think we are going somewhere as a district executive mayor MMC. I must say, MEC, the DDM have decided to have a 3 cross-border mayoral engagement. Francis Bart and Lejo Liputswa to speak on the same issues that you have raised in terms of agriculture. So the two mayors, Francis Bart, likely Naking Wana Kimberley Wankiti, Lejo Liputswa, executive mayor knows me. Soon, executive mayor will be calling that engagement and will be focusing on issues of agriculture and all other aspects which is benefiting the 3 districts, so that we share those resources. Francis Bart haba batla papa khebichi mo batla go reka mo ba sa reka go Gauteng. Lejo Liputswa ba batla se batla go reka se le rona reke re be di neighboring re share madi. Thank you so much, MEC. Khangitla ke senga nako, I'm going to call upon the local mayor just for words of appreciation. The local mayor of Greater Taung. Go tlo go leboga bela maoka mabedi a mararo ntlo gore re tlile mo ntlong ya gago ga ra go fa le tšhono betse pedi tse tharo. Local mayor, over to you mogolo wa ka. Tse pedi tse tharo fela a re mo tlapele matsogo.
Dumela. First and foremost, let me appreciate the presence of the MC, the DDM champions, the DDM, the